Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, this is going to be a single storyline. So, we assume our character is fully single, even though that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get a love story. Sometimes we do, but we just roll with whatever pops out. So, we have a Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is how a character overcomes struggles. This character walks right into the heart of things, they go into the inner temple and they're very open to finding the real solution or finding out how they really feel about something. It's a really strong character who's drawn to like finding truth, finding answers, even in the face of something that's difficult. Like this is a character who can probably, I'll say, fairly evaluate themselves and their motives, perhaps I should say. Action of Pentacles. This is slow moving energy, but we have a character who's been like on a journey. Hi, Sierra. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you had a nice Sunday. This is a character moving forward on like I think that they view life as, hey, it's a big long journey with some ups and downs, but you still, if you're going to learn about yourself along the journey, but if you set your sights on what you really want, what your goals really are, and keep, saying like this is our knight who says, I'm going to get to the castle someday. Somehow I'm going to get to the castle. I'm going to live in the castle. I'm going to have the money. I'm going to have the good life. But it could take me time to get there. And along that big goal that I have in life, I'm probably going to have some ups and downs. I'm probably going to change jobs. I'm probably going to learn some stuff. I might even change how I get to the castle. I might take this road or that road, and then I might detour back on, but I'm going to get there. So it's a very, it's a dynamic character who doesn't think that it all has to be stringently, this is the path ahead, this is how I do it. They already know that the game of life is going to be big and dynamic, and we're going to, kind of have a lot of different things that we have to consider and ways that we have to sidestep and do things differently. We have oneness in the reverse. I think our character feels a little bit disconnected right now. They're definitely, I mean, it's a single person's story, but they're definitely flying very solo at the moment, is what this says. But they're a little bit disconnected to or from something. What is that? What are they disconnected from? Ace of Wands in the reverse. I'm not going to say that they're dispassionate, but I feel like we are, in any given day, we can have moments where we hit low energy and then we don't really feel super peppy. And then the road ahead can seem like, God, it's going to take forever. And sometimes doing that introspection is kind of like, "Jeez, how much more of this have I got to do?" I kind of feel like our character needs a win. They could really use a win right now because I think they've been grinding. I think they've been working hard. I think they're generally in good spirits, but everybody hits that moment. And sometimes it's only a fleeting moment for like 2 hours in a day where we're just like, oh my God, I'm still not where I want to be yet. And it just kind of sucks right now. We just get a little bit disconnected from, like really having those little signs of confirmation that we're still on the right path and that our dreams and goals are definitely still up ahead. I think every traveler in life has the right to poop out once in a while, just be like, I just need a break, or I need something to go my way a little bit. I said they need a sign or a confirmation that something is going to go their way, that they're making progress on some of the things that they want in life. And we have the bluebirds coming in. So the confirmation could come in through the dream state because we have a Queen of Swords here that's actually asleep. We see her all bundled up. Well, we don't really see her at all. We just see that she's got blankets over her, and the ancestors or the guides are kind of flying around to kind of give her some little message. Now, this is to remind her of something she already knows. Queen of Swords, that's probably who our character is. That's who I'm going to refer to our character as. Could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that we're talking about. They could be getting the urge, or I should say the nudge, from the guides to keep their boundaries in place also. Um, Queen of Swords usually is good about that. Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles. This kind of looks like they've been a little scattered lately, though. Two of Wands says do I do this or do I do that? Five of Pentacles says, if I'm indecisive about something, or I'm of two minds, or I'm being persuaded to be of two different minds about something, I could be depleting my power. I could be depleting my energy. I could be kind of and depleting my wealth. And I think of wealth as everything from, our sense of well-being, our sense of peace, money, time, all of those things are, I would attribute to that Five of Pentacles. So there's something that our character is a little bit indecisive about, and that's what's draining them, is what the birds are coming in to tell this character. Maybe they're going to have, like, I mean, not that I ever hope our character is going to have any kind of a nightmare, but maybe it's going to come up in a form of, like, oh my God, I totally forgot this. I had a dream. Oh, Shirley, you angel, thank you. Thank you, honey. You're so generous. Thank you for that. And hi, Lalu. Good to see everybody out there tonight. I had a dream where I couldn't remember where I lived. Now I've moved quite a bit in my life, and sometimes I've moved and I've still had, like, stuff in a whole nother state for a whole year before I went back, and then I moved everything else. And so in reality, that kind of has happened. Not that I forgot where it was, but in my dream, I was like reliving that. And I couldn't remember where I actually lived. And I also couldn't remember, do I have a storage unit in some other place hundreds of thousands of miles away? And I couldn't for the life of me remember. It was such anxiety in the dream. And it's so funny because that's maybe a great example of, I mean, it's the worst dream now. It was just really, it was annoying. But that could be the kind of dream that a character would have, where they're indecisive about something, and that is, they're not getting good sleep, because in their dream state, what it's revealing to them is, hey, you're wasting some energy because you're being indecisive about something, and it's showing up in a dream in a different formula. So that could be something that our character is just feeling a little depleted from in the daytime hours, but it's because of them not feeling either fully in control of something, or like they can make a decision, or if they're of two minds about something. Why would a Queen of Swords ever be indecisive? Because she's not usually. Higher self says she's not. She's not actually indecisive, so it's probably somebody else guilting her. A Queen of Swords, if she knows, and she always knows what the right choice is. I mean, always. They're logical thinkers, right? If she's feeling disconnected and a little uncertain about the road ahead, it's not because she's not hearing it from her higher self. It's probably because her higher self is saying, you don't want to do this. Don't say yes when you mean no, or don't feel guilty about keeping your boundaries in place, or don't feel bad about this. But she is. That's kind of what I'm getting on this. We got the Nine of Wands sideways, which would normally be the Wounded Warrior card. We see a predator here. This seagull predator is coming in for these little baby loggerhead turtles. I don't like this card. It really bugs me. But this says she kind of knows that somebody wants to either tell their sob story to her, and they use it as a tool to get something out of her. That, predatory behavior can be a lot of things. This is not like somebody's, they're going to come and, steal her jewels in the night. This is like more somebody who, I use the word predatory in a lot of different ways. Somebody wants to get what they want out of another person. That, to me, that's predatory, right? And to a certain extent, maybe we all are, because we're all obviously wired to try to approach, if we think somebody's sexy, we want them to like us, we're going to treat them nice. Like, we could say that's, in some small way, we could say the same thing, right? But this is somebody who, they kind of use a wounded energy. Like, I'm not 100%, so Queen of Swords, you should help me. And I think it's hard for her to tell this person no, whomever they are. This could be an ex, this could be a lover, this could be, even though she's single, doesn't mean she doesn't have a lover. This could be a grown-up kid. Sometimes grown-up kids are really good about working mom or dad or nana or papa, like for what they want help on. And I just kind of feel like it's not our Queen of Swords. It's somebody external to them that is kind of manipulating them just a little bit, and they know that that's going on, and it's kind of draining them, and it's making them say, why are things not moving forward for me? Because you're not focusing on you. You're focusing on, God, I don't know what to do about this other person, even though she does know. This other person she has to keep boundaries with, is what it looks like to me. Fool card and the Five of Swords. She may have to go so far as to block somebody. If they keep energetically approaching her, or if they keep texting, or if they keep trying to get into her world, she might just have to point blank say, hey, listen, I'm not going to be doing the thing that you're trying to get me to do. Or, hey, you know what? I believe that you have every power within yourself to make your situation work out. So I can't be the support network for you on this one, which is really more like, hey, you're not going to bamboozle me into giving you money or whatever it is you want. I'm really not your mark on this one. I think she might just have to tell somebody, or she takes a leap to go ahead and just block them. When she does that, what happens? Because this really feels like our single character needed to, Three of Wands. Yeah, she needed to get beyond this. Look at this. Six of Swords, inspiration of Pentacles, the Sun in the reverse. I think as soon as she gives herself some distance, some breathing space from this whole situation, the calmer and more peaceful her life is, the more she moves forward again. I'm sorry, my baby just woke up, and instead of sleeping on his couch, yes, he has his own couch, he is now trying to fluff the giant rug that I'm sitting on. Baby, Aries, honey, how about you get back on your couch? Um, she needed to get herself out of this vibe. God, how am I going to tell him no? Queen of Swords just simply tells him no, and maybe does have to block him, but her life gets immensely calmer and more peaceful, and I think she gets a little bit back on track. Inspiration of Cups says, our character, I actually think this was impeding her ability to possibly meet somebody new or have new love. So I don't know, was this an ex that was troubled, that was still kind of lingering in her energy field? Is that what that was? Somebody that she worried about, somebody she had great compassion for, somebody that was a wounded energy, but she also knew, but you have to choose to heal, and you're real close to it, and you have every capability to do it. But if you keep coming to me and trying to get me involved in your life, it's impeding my ability to move forward. It's impeding my ability to move into my future, and my ability to meet somebody new and actually have happiness and love that I deserve. That's more of what this looks like. She needed to get unentangled from somebody. And I think she's known it for a while. Because remember, we started out with somebody who's really good at facing things, knowing themselves really, really well. But this is a warm-hearted person. They also have big goals and dreams, but they just kind of felt a little bit disconnected for a while. And I think we see why. Somebody else was really sapping their energy. Now, with the Sun in the reverse, I don't know that, even in the reverse, the Sun is still the happiest card in the deck. It's just like on a sunny day, if a cloud, big old puffy cloud goes in front of the Sun, yeah, the Sun is blocked for a little bit, but we still know it's daytime, right? And it still is warm. I don't think, given all these other positive cards, that does not take away the overall clarity or the overall happiness, but it does diminish it a little bit. Almost like, God, I wish I hadn't had to do that. It's uncomfortable that I had to go ahead and maybe really put up that sharp of a boundary with somebody. But if sometimes in life, it's like, that's not what I wanted to do, but I had to do it anyway. It didn't please me to do that. I got no glee out of blocking somebody, or deleting their number, or telling them that you can't keep reaching out to me, you have to go take care of what you have to. But I think, even though it didn't please her to do that, all of these cards say her sense of peace comes in so strong, her movement forward, and her ability to have love and have happiness in her life is so great. And I think that that's keep in mind, she was getting bogged down. So should she have to sacrifice her own growth because somebody who doesn't fully want to heal wants to keep coming in and getting her energy? I kind of think this is a tough one to have to put up a boundary with someone, but I think she had to. What happens with them? Let's check up on them for just a minute. Six of Cups sideways. They'll try again. They say, I'm a soulmate. You know I'm a soulmate. I know you're a soulmate. So I'll come back around again. Her telling this person no, you can't keep calling me. They might give her like a 2-year hiatus, and then guess what? They will call on Valentine's Day, or they will reach out again. This person is probably never going to be out of her energy sphere. They feel a little shameless, to be honest with me. To be honest, right now with what I'm seeing with this person, they they don't. She didn't break their heart. She didn't hurt them by putting up a boundary, because in fact, they're like, yeah, she put up a boundary, but I'm good at climbing fences. And they're just like, I'll try it again later when her boundaries might be lower. So I kind of think she doesn't have to stress out too much about that. So tell me about the inspiration of cups for her, because as she firmly gives space to herself, kind of cuts somebody off, and gives herself some breathing space and gets into that calmer, more peaceful, moving forward energy, we know that she's got the inspiration of cups. So she's going to meet somebody new. And sure enough, we have a page of wands coming out. And you notice this page of wands ends up with a 4 of wands behind him. So this could go the distance. Could be a new person that she meets. It could be a water sign. It could be a fire sign. It starts out soft. It starts out, maybe she meets him walking at the beach or something, finding seashells. It could be simple. It could be sweet. And it's just a little bit of interest. And then the passion kind of comes in next. There's a couple of smoky little glances. Somebody's wearing one hell of a hat. That hat cracks me up on this card. But maybe it's a sunny day. Maybe somebody is in a hat. There are some interesting looking hats that I've seen people wear that are, and we'll just leave it at interesting. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in the Tower. I think it's going to change our character's world pretty significantly. I think meeting somebody completely new, and which won't happen until she cuts this old energy out of her life, which it is a soulmate. That doesn't have to have been a romantic partner, though that could have been a friend. That could have been anybody that kept really draining them. As she cuts them out of her life and she meets somebody new, and a little bit of passion sparks, and a little bit of interest gets going, I think she's going to discover that this person has an awful lot of, they could have some really interesting hobbies. They could be, heck, an astrophysicist. This is somebody building a model of the solar system. Whatever this person does for work could be like, oh, wow, I never met somebody who did this before. This is different. The Tower it's mind opening. I always think the Tower, I think of the Tower of London, where people were imprisoned. So I don't like towers. That's what I always think of. So I want the Tower to fall. It's why I love the Tower card, because I think of it as like confines that are being broken. Confines of our mind being opened up. There's something about this new person that is going to be very unlike the person of the past. The person of the past did use some manipulation tactics and kind of played their violin and kind of tried to play upon like, well, we're soulmates. This new person, they have hobbies, interests, things that they think about, things that they want to discuss, things that they're not busy focusing on, I've been wounded. They're focusing on, I'm here to build stuff in this lifetime. And these are the kinds of things I'm interested in. I think it's going to be such a great match for her. And I think she's going to be shocked to discover somebody could be so passionate about different, bits of progress in their life. This is a vastly different person than one who spends all their energy trying to get her to give them something. This person is like a mover shaker. They have all their own ideas, all their own, things that they care about. I feel like it's going to be amazing. We have Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. And I think it's going to be easy now for her to give to somebody like this. It's going to be very clear that, well, that's the kind of person I was looking for. Somebody that they do things in a whole different way. Now I do things in a whole different way. Now I'm clear on who do I build with? Well, somebody who also builds. Remember back at the beginning, we saw her as somebody that I said, well, it's an action of pentacles. Somebody who has an optimistic view of life, but knows that life can take us in a lot of different directions. But ultimately, it's like, I'm going to get to the castle. Well, it's hard to either build a castle or get to the castle if we never take the right road, or if we don't have somebody who would want to build the castle also. So I think this is going to be a huge breakthrough for her. I don't know. I mean, to me, this feels like a semi-simple story now that we can see the whole thing laid out, which is that this, we'll say Queen, had a lot of their energy sapped from somebody who was not a builder. They spent all of their energy trying to get somebody to listen to their life story and how their story was pretty sad. So you should probably do something nice for me. You should probably give to me because, I had a pretty tough story. And remember, you're a soulmate, so you should definitely care about me all the time. Instead of being the kind of person who's like, oh man, this thing we call life, let's build, let's be optimistic together, let's invest in stuff, let's figure out how this thing called life works. That's more who she is, it's more her attitude. And I think this is who she needed to be able to pair up with. And I think it's such a breakthrough moment that she was really not going to be able to meet somebody like this until she was no longer, still having that other person cling to her. But I think this is a great match for her. She needed to match up with a fellow builder, because ultimately that's who she was right at the beginning. Very self-aware, very astute, very focused on wanting to overcome hurdles. And unfortunately, it's probably that her strength attracted somebody who had their own power but didn't want to use it. They wanted to kind of piggyback on her. She is the kind of strength where she looks at obstacles in life and says, well, we better solve these because we want to get to the castle. She attracted somebody who might have latched onto her because they were like, awesome, free ride. You can climb the mountain. I'll just piggyback on you and I'll get to the top, to the castle too. I think that's more of who she had dealt with in the past without really realizing it. She's not dealing with them anymore. That's actually really great. Even though I still see they're going to come back around at some point. But I don't think it's going to play any big impactful role. But I can see how that was a hard thing for her to distance herself from, even though I think all of her intuition said, I really need to let this go. I'm already single, but I'm still not free of their attachment to me. And I think she really had to put up a boundary. That's really what the storyline was about. Putting up the right boundaries with the right people so that then she can kind of move forward with others that do want to build. So definitely whomever she's matching up with is not lazy, and neither is she. So it's actually a lot of power in this one. You guys, oh, so good to see you. Gracie's mommy. Hi, sweetheart. Say hi to Gracie for me. Voodoo Ninja, great to see you. San Juanita, you're awesome. Dine's Peace, thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting my sassiness sometimes. Sahara Thafa, great to see you. You made it. Hey, Tammy, 11D8, wonderful to see you. Oh, my pleasure, Gracie's mommy. Bodine, it's been a hot minute. How are you? Hey, Pabs. Right back at you, sweetie. Cynthia's in the house. Hi, Cynthia. I haven't said hi to you in forever. Aniti, nice to see you twice in one night. That's awesome. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you again, Shirley. Thank you for your amazing generosity also, sweetheart. All right, you guys, I will see you. I'm still going to do at least one other zodiac tonight. And then at midnight, today's topic will come out as well. So I'll see you guys again soon. Hi, Gracie. Bye, guys.